self-centered or sharing. We can read it in the way that other people carry themselves, and other people can read it in the way we carry ourselves. And it's not just also that our postures can be reflections of how we are feeling physically, mentally, spiritually, but they can also dictate it. One of the interests my wife and I have, she, as many of you know, is a professor, dance professor at the University of South Florida, and she and I have talked about, and even talked with some of you about what difference our postures, our movement makes in our spiritual lives. I mean, think simply, for example, if you pray with your arms crossed and your head down, that creates some sort of prayer posture, some sort of prayer attitude. Do it high and lift it up, and that creates a different one. Standing or sitting or lying prostrate on the ground, it changes. It changes how we approach God. It changes our spiritual and mental and physical attitudes. Our posture matters. Now, I'm grateful that my children did not gain their father's bad habit that he had when he was their age. They've had lots of good dance training, theater training, so they hold themselves well. And I'm proud of that, appreciate that, because I think not only does it look good, but it makes an impact in the way that they carry themselves out in the world. Some time ago, I heard someone talking about poor and minority folks in this country, and talking about how we need to help poor folks, minority folks, oppressed folks have a better posture to stand up. Postures are important. We might not think that scriptures have much to say about our postures or the way that we carry ourselves. We know there's that story in the Gospels of the woman who was bent over. In fact, the gospel only gives her that name, not a proper name, just that bent over woman. Until Jesus comes and lifts her up, sets her back upright again, gives her a better posture, a better outlook, a better demeanor. And the one who was rejected by her community is included again, welcomed and embraced. This little story about the man that Jesus encounters also has a little bit to say about our posture and the way we carry ourselves. You may have missed it, but we read about how Jesus is getting ready to go on a journey, and he comes across this man. Now, the other gospel writers, Matthew and Luke, one declares that he's a young man, and the other declares he's a rich man. Personally, I like their descriptions better, because then I don't think it's really about me, because I'm neither young nor rich. But Mark won't let me off the hook. It just describes him as a man. Could also be a woman. But he comes to Jesus and asks Jesus, "Good teacher," he's buttering up Jesus a little bit, "what do I have to do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus, of course, will have nothing to do with man's attempts to butter him up and say, "Why in the world do you call me good?" But I'll answer your question with a question. What do you read in the book of Moses? What do you read in the commandments that God has given? And then Jesus begins to recite some of them. Do not murder, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor your father and mother. You know the list. The man eagerly says, well, I've done all that. It seems that he is rather spiritually successful. He's a good guy. He has kept the law. He has done, well, it seems, everything right. And then Mark tells us Jesus looked at him and loved him. Loved him for who he was, his eagerness, his desire to grow spiritually. He loved him, and then he said something, well, maybe quite painful to him. He said, well, you lack just one last thing. It's a simple thing. Just go, sell everything you have, give it to the poor, and come and follow me. And what did the man do? But he couldn't. He couldn't take that step. In fact, I love the way that another translation English translation provides it. It says his countenance fell. And literally, he slumps. His posture fell. This man who had been so accomplished, so proud of what he had done, evidently not only spiritually, but professionally and materially, because Mark tells us he had a lot of stuff. He had done well for himself. He had been proud, held his head up high, that Jesus had given him this one last commandment. And it was the thing he could not do. So his countenance fell. He slumped. And he did not follow Jesus. Do you know that among all the call stories that the Gospels tell us, all the stories of Jesus going up to fishermen and tax collectors and saying, hey, come follow me? Do you know this is the one time that someone said no? Jesus is walking along the lake and he calls Peter and Andrew, James and John, and they immediately, they drop their fishing nets, they leave their boats, they walk away from their family fishing business and take up with Jesus and follow him along. Or he comes across Matthew, the tax collector, a rather profitable profession. He calls him to leave his livelihood behind. And Matthew does, leaving money literally on the table to get up, to walk away, to follow Jesus. And this man, whether he was young or rich, but certainly successful spiritually, materially, professionally, his countenance fell. He slumped because it was the one thing he could not do. And one thing I want to say about this passage is that it's not really about money. It's about discipleship. It is about Jesus' call to this man and this man's inability to respond to this call. Now, granted, in this case, his inability was the stuff that he had. Well, think about the things that block any of us, individually, collectively. This man, again, was someone who was used to doing the right things, used to being proud of his own accomplishments. He had not gained his material wealth with something untawdry or downright illegal. He had kept all the law. He had kept all the commandments. And still he had been blessed professionally and personally. He was good at what he had done. He had achieved by his own attempts a lot of stuff in this world. He had a lot to be proud of. And then Jesus gave him something that he couldn't do. Well, the disciples, of course, are flummoxed. They're surprised. How then could anybody make it into God's kingdom? And Jesus says quite clearly, well, probably no one. Not of their own ability, not of their own attempts, not of their own achievements. People, mortals, cannot do it, but nothing is impossible with God. This man, whether he was young or rich or both, was so used to what he had done and had to learn the difficult and painful lesson. It's not about you. It's not about your accomplishments. It's not about your successes. The funny thing is, I believe firmly the other side of that coin is not only is it not about you and your successes, it's not about you and your failures either. It's not about the things that you have failed to do, the things that you have done incorrectly or wrong, the sins that you have committed, the people that you have hurt, the ways that you have and we have let one another down. It's not about any of that. Because if it was about that, then it would be impossible. No, it is about God and about what God does and is doing. This is about discipleship, not necessarily about wealth. But that's the other thing, of course, is that it really is about wealth. Oh, you start talking to people and they say things, it's not the principle, it's not the money, it's the principle of the matter. As soon as somebody says it's the principle and not the money, you can be rest assured it's really about the money. I've seen couples who get divorced and have wonderful, amicable divorces, leaving parting one another on the best of terms until you start talking about the money. Then the claws come out, the harsh words are said, the tears flow. Or families experiencing the death of a loved one. They get along, they're doing fine, the funeral goes off brilliantly, but then it comes down to the stuff, to the money, to the possessions. And suddenly battle lines are drawn. Pain is inflicted. The lawyers are called in. This is a story about money. This is a story about a man's inability to let go of that thing. And not just the money itself, but the security that it expressed and provided. We live in perhaps one of the wealthiest times and places of history. We as a nation, the largest economy in the world. And yet we have such gaps between rich and poor. Focus on our money, on our possessions, and Jesus warns us, is that the thing? Is that the thing, the security that we have, that we try to find in it, the efforts that we make to gain money, the work that we do to secure our money and our possessions, the amount of energy and effort we have to get more and to hold on to what we have, lest something horrible happen to us. You know, I think about this story, and I realize, of course, that it could have gone differently. The man, whether young or rich, hears Jesus' command, and he slumps. It's one thing he cannot do. But I wonder what would have happened if he had responded differently. Instead of slumping over, what if he had stood up straight? What if, instead of hearing this commandment as the one thing he knew he could not do, and to turn and to walk away down and depressed, what if he had held his head high, put his shoulders back, stuck his chest out, and walked into that future that Jesus offered, into that hope and promise, to shed himself of the things that were burdening him and keeping him tied down, and instead walked into the adventure that Jesus was offering him. It could go that way, you know. In fact, Peter confronts Jesus at the close of the scene, saying, "Look, Jesus, we've done exactly what you have said." And Jesus says, "Great! That's wonderful. You have stepped out, stepped away from the things that have held you back, stepped into this future, this possibility, this kingdom that I have come to share and to give and to show and to proclaim. Blessed are you. Blessed are you. Blessed are you, Peters and Pauls and James and Sues. Blessed are you who have taken that step, who have tried this day and every day to put aside the things that would obstruct you and me from responding to Jesus' call, to hear Jesus' word, to let go of the things that we have done, the things that we have left undone, the accomplishments that we have made, or the failures that have left us flat on our faces, to let go of those things and to simply walk, respond to Jesus' call into our lives to come and to follow him. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.